doesn't make sense. Why would someone pick the production department for advertising? What they've done is they've added some additional features. The first feature, which has been a highly requested feature for many years that Microsoft has added into the product now, are some limitations around which dimension values can be used in different scenarios. So
Nice.
let me give you a simple example. So today you can go in and let's say you have a general ledger account called advertising expense. So that allows us to track how much are we spending on advertising. What you can do today is you can go in and you can say, okay, whenever anyone uses the advertising expense account, they must specify a department code. And the department code could be its internal departments like admin, marketing, production, warehouse, right? Different departments. Okay. But all you could say is that the user must pick a department. So in this example, obviously a production department really doesn't have an advertising expenses, right? So with this new feature, when you go into the general ledger account for advertising expense, you click on dimensions. You say, okay, I want to specify that for department, code mandatory is required, but then you can also specify which departments can be used. So you could say only the sales department can be used with advertising expense.
Okay.
Right. And that's a huge benefit by being able to say, it doesn't make sense. Why would someone pick the production department for advertising?
Right.
Right.
So, but in past versions, you were able to pick.
Right. As of today, right, the current release, when the user goes in, they could select any department. They have to, if you set up a code mandatory rule, they just have to pick a department.
Okay.
Right. So now you can actually limit that. So that's pretty cool.
Very nice.
And I went in, I did in my sandbox environment, I went in and I used the preview to go in and test that out. So it worked, right? I set up that scenario and it wouldn't let me post a journal entry or a purchase invoice where I use the advertising expense account and I use department production.